I'm your cult boyfriend. I wasn't originally going to make a video about this. I posted a story about it, about Harmony Korine's recent takes, recent ideas. I posted a story about it saying people have been making fun of Harmony, but this sounds exactly like something I would say. Someone responded to the story. We got into a bit of a back and forth, and they said, "Hey, you should just make a video about this." And I guess so. I guess I will. Uh, yeah, I don't love Harmony Korine, and I also don't care about iShowSpeed or Kai. What I care about is the message, is the point of what he's saying. And I love talking about how irrelevant and dead film is. Are Kai and iShowSpeed Hollywood's new indie darlings? One director thinks so. A prominent director of indie movies sees streamers like Kai and iShowSpeed as the auteur filmmakers of their generation. In an interview with IndieWire, Harmony Korine dubbed Kai and Speed as a few of the talented and creative minds who are hosting innovative streams instead of taking traditional Hollywood career paths. And shouldn't that be celebrated? I don't see what the problem is with saying that. Corinne, a director best known for edgy films. He is a bit of an edgelord. That's always been my problem with Harmony, but I mean, he's fun and he's always good for discourse, as supported by this video existing. Like Kids and Spring Breakers. Spring Breakers is my favorite of Harmony's movies. Discussed the streaming landscape while promoting his new feature, Baby Invasion. 30 years into his career, Turin believes Hollywood is at a crossroads with many decision makers ignoring the abundance of talent that's bubbling up on the internet. What's happening in Hollywood, and you're starting to see Hollywood, I think, crumble creatively, is that they're losing a lot of the most talented and creative minds to gaming and to streamers, Kareen told IndieWire. Like, iShowSpeed is a movie, Kai Cenat is a movie. I think he's right. I mean, how is he not right? Streaming is a fascinating new kind of medium or art form because unlike your traditional celebrity, a streamer is inherently interactive. Like, that's the point of streaming. Like, you are not only watching live, but you have the ability to interact with the auteur, with the actor, with the producer, with the director, who is all in one. This figure that you're seeing on your screen. Streaming, I think, is a much more exciting and influential art form than film. Film is not dominant anymore. Film is irrelevant. Streamers are more important than movie stars. Just look at how both presidential candidates at the moment are reaching out to big name streamers. And streamers are pretty fucking transparent about that too. Like, right, we're dealing with a different kind of degree, a different kind of celebrity profile when we're dealing with streamers. They're deconstructing the entire format. They're deconstructing what we think of as celebrity. The movie star is dead. What this reminds me of is, remember how back in the day someone said, like Lil Wayne and fucking 50 Cent and Kanye West were the new rock stars and everyone lost their minds? The point of that statement was that rock was dead and that these new artists are occupying those roles within the spectacle. That's what it meant. And you have to wonder too, because I think people got mad at like the whole rock is dead and these are the new rock stars thing. I think there was like a racial component to why they were so upset. And people are upset that Harmony said that Kai and I Show Speed are the new Tarkovsky. Like, that's his big quote. He says that Kai and I Show Speed are basically the new Tarkovsky. Like, are they mad that he said that streamers are the new Tarkovsky, or that these two young black ones are? Corinne believes that the art form is the next evolution of the independent auteur cinema of the past. He called Speed the new Tarkovsky, a reference to the influential Soviet filmmaker Andrei Tarkovsky. Harmony is just completely correct about everything. This is the next evolution of the independent auteur cinema of the past, and people who are arguing with this are historians, are just obsessed with the past and don't want to move on, or just have this weird kind of elitist idea or structural idea of what media celebrities are supposed to be. Streaming has completely won over Hollywood, over traditional narrative filmmaking. I think the issue is that he said the new Tarkovsky. I think that's like a strange pull, considering that Tarkovsky was this extremely spiritual filmmaker from Soviet Russia. I mean, I get it. I get it. And it's a pretty like loud name to say there, you know? It doesn't really matter whose name you say. I think some people are getting hung up on the name Tarkovsky of like, what's the parallel? What are they doing? Blah 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 blah. That's unimportant. That's unimportant, okay? Just imagine that he said the new Cassavetes. Imagine that he said the new fucking Godard. Even those I think would cause some problems. I'm sure he'd be fine with someone saying that iShowSpeed is the next Harmony Korine. You know, like that's what he's saying, that they are the new auteurs of our generation, the new generation, and that's wonderful. As ridiculous as an iShowSpeed reaction to Stalker would be, why would it be ridiculous? Tarkovsky could be super intimidating, but his movies are mostly simple once you figure out the key to them. There's merit to Corinne's comparison. Like Tarkovsky, the current generation of streamers are pushing the envelope and figuring out which rules they can bend. Marathon broadcasts like Normies, No Sleep Run have pitted streamers creativity against broader platforms and guidelines. It's not a parallel. What do you mean? That's not parallel. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. That's just a bad paragraph. I can't really react to it. In truth, boundary breaking content is as old as the internet. Maybe high speed and normie or norm. I don't know how to say that person's name. Are just the next iteration of Lonely Girl 15, Z Frank, Casey Neistat, and all other experimental creators that came before them. Karina's asking why Hollywood is slow to recognize auteurs who hone their craft online. I don't really think that's what Karina is saying. I think Karina is saying that film, he said it somewhere else, that film is no longer the dominant art form, that Hollywood is crumbling creatively. But he's basically saying that streaming, that this is the new independent cinema, that streaming has taken the role of what independent cinema used to provide. Creators have proven that there's significant viewer excitement surrounding their work. Kai's version of the streamer marathon became a Twitch record breaker once he finally beat Elden Ring and logged off. Corinne seemed to notice that Kai's stream attracted 230,000 concurrent viewers. Are Hollywood studios paying attention? Hollywood studios are done. They're out. You know, like I think we're overlooking the idea that Harmony is not saying Hollywood needs to save itself. He's not saying that. And considering what that Harmony, his films used to be like wrecking balls, and he surely is a very important figure within American independence film. I would assume that he's celebrating the fact that the Hollywood system has been destroyed by mostly independent streamers, by a new sort of, or by an exciting form of visual art that is entirely interactive and confrontational and fun and innovative. I think that Harmony Korine is absolutely right. I don't see what's wrong about celebrating the fact that the moving image is continuing to be very important to people, to young people, but not in the traditional ways. You know, film is dead. That's great. I think it's fine. We have tons of great films. Streaming is the future. Streaming is now. It's not even the future. It's just right now. Like that's how fast things are going. Maybe him saying like are the new Tarkovsky. I think he's saying that Kai and iShowSpeed and other kinds of streamers their size, even a lot of smaller ones, are informing culture the way that independent art films used to inform culture. I think it's fucking sweet that the traditional idea of celebrity has been deconstructed, and now you have YouTubers and Twitch streamers being more important than movie stars and pop artists. Like, I like that. I think we all should like that. And it's exciting. Finally, something exciting is happening. I think Hollywood and narrative cinema that it had its run, and I think streaming is really, really exciting. Like the interactivity of the art is really exciting. Same with TikToks. Like it's so interactive. It's so interactive. Films don't need you to exist. You know, films don't need your involvement. It's the most passive form of media on the fucking planet. I love them. I love traditional films, but we're living in a world where the veil between like the viewer and the performer is becoming more and more transparent and less tangible. So I love that streaming has become the new independent auteur cinema because it brings us closer to the idea that everyone is an auteur. You know, I think that's like the logical end point to a very illogical narrative of media stardom and media creativity. Basically, I just think that Harmony is completely correct, and I have no idea why anyone was would disagree. Apart from just being old, just being wrong. Film's gone. That's fine. You can still love it. I still love it. I'm still gonna make videos about old movies. It's fine. But I'm not gonna tell you that they're still culturally relevant. They were relevant, and they did inform culture, and we're largely living within a culture that was largely informed by cinema, traditional cinema. But now we don't, and it's fine. I champion the new kind of celebrity, the streamer. I like that. And I think that Harmony does too. I don't think it's right to frame it as Harmony's trying to save Hollywood and being like, Hollywood, why aren't you hiring these people? It's more like Hollywood's dead and this is the new thing, and that's cool. Where's the lie? There's nothing wrong with what Harmony said.